Let me give you a little secret that will save you $750 on a future repair. If you have a trailer with a hydraulic jack system, a hydraulic dump trailer, anything that's got a 12-volt charging system on the trailer, when you plug that trailer in, there's a 12-volt pin here that's going to charge the battery on that trailer. Now, if your battery on the trailer is dead, say you have a hydraulic dump trailer, you plug in and you go to dump that trailer and that battery's dead, it's going to draw all the power for that motor through this 12-volt connection, and the overloading of this connection is going to damage your trailer tow module. And this thing is going to control the 12-volt signal that goes through that pin. So when your truck's idling or running and the parameters are met, it'll send 12 volts to that trailer. Now that circuit, when overloaded, there's not a simple fuse that you can just replace. It'll actually damage the internal components of that module. So let me give you a secret to bypass that thing, and I do this on every one of my new trucks. There's two options you have. One, you've got two 40 amp switches up here. So number 5 and 6 are a 40 amp switch. It's a good idea to run your trailer off that or tie it directly to the battery. Let me show you how we can access those. So with a simple flathead screwdriver, right next to your fuse box, you have a smaller fuse box just for the auxiliary switches. And there's two tabs right here, one on the left side, one on the right side. Hit that with the flathead screwdriver, this thing will come up. Now on the bottom side, you're gonna have some wires wrapped up in factory tape. You can unloom those wires. So what I recommend is you tie in a 10 gauge wire to auxiliary 5 or 6, and you run your trailer battery charge off of that circuit. Run it all the way to the back of the pickup, and then what we do back here is we're gonna tie it in, or essentially do an overlay. So you can pop your plug out here, go back a couple of inches, snip the wire for the 12 volt, and then tie your new wire that comes from auxiliary 5 or 6 right into that plug. If you have a plug in the bed, just make sure you do it on the side of the jumper wire so that you can hit both connectors. That's going to save you a lot of headache down the road and save you from potentially causing damage to your trailer tow module. A couple things that are nice is it'll give you the option to turn that on or off depending on what's going on with your trailer. And if for some reason you do overload that system, there's going to be a fuse right here, and you can replace either of these 40 amp fuses. It's a simple repair. It's only going to cost you a few dollars for a fuse. Now, if you want your trailer to have power all the time, so a lot of people have, say, like a dirt bike trailer, and they want the lights inside and outside the trailer to run when the truck's not running, but they don't want to take the expense of mounting a battery on the trailer, you can simply pull this 5 amp fuse out right here, pull that fuse out, slide that to the right, and put the fuse back in, and it'll make those two auxiliary switches have power constantly. So you can turn them on or off, send power regardless of if the key is on or not. Now, this is not just a Ford thing. If you have a GM or a Dodge, same type system, if you overload that circuit, you will damage the module. I'm not sure where they're located in a Chevy or a Ram, but probably somewhere in the dash, and I would assume it's similar in expense.